Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Marcus Mariota and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts.
We are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a loss in the season. Well, the defense did their job. They didn't allow any points on the opening drive. Now, second drive of the game, first for this offense, and what can they do with their go-around? They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? So it's 3rd down, ball inside the red zone, and this defense looking to get the stop they need. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. A 4th down coming up. Decision time now as this would be a long field goal attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Space to run past the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle it and get him on.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Sliding out of the pocket. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. To throw is Mariota. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So late second quarter, this offense with the football trailing by 3. Can they get into range and tie it, or maybe get in the end zone and take the lead into intermission? And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the give, this is Matt. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a play fake. Wentz. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach, That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top and gives you a chance to go make a play.
Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half. He'll buy some time right, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators. In the red zone, tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they had their chances in the 1st half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
A 3rd down situation coming up in the 3rd quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that 3rd down into 4th. On play action, it's Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the... No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on fourth. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And we have seen a decline. It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. From the gun, Mariota. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. Third and long here for Mariota. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
All right, time to jump back in. This defense already 2 scores down. Points here would certainly make their road back a tough one. Mariota from the gun on third down. Rolling to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here, not done in the fourth. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth. Things are not looking good for this offense. 3-score game in the fourth. They need points quickly. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching up another 15 against your squad.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz, a throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On play action, Wentz. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Steelers, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.